Today we'll discuss one of the most important skills in life, the ability to say no in a world where we are constantly faced with pressure and demands. The ability to say no is critical to our well-being. The Stoics taught us the importance of self-control, understanding our values, and making conscious choices. They emphasized that we have a limited amount of time and energy, so it's essential to spend them on what truly matters. And the ability to refuse is the first step toward living a life that aligns with our inner principles and goals. We often fear saying no, thinking it might lead to conflicts, missed opportunities, or disappointing others. However, if we can't say no, we risk losing ourselves in the pursuit of others' expectations. Today, I'll explain why it's so important to be able to say no and how this simple yet powerful skill can change your life. We will explore 5 key aspects of this issue and understand how mastering this can bring you closer to living in harmony with yourself. No as a tool of self-respect. Imagine that every time you agree to something that goes against your interests, you sacrifice a part of your self-respect. The ability to say no is not just a way to protect yourself from overload or unwanted obligations. It's an act of self-respect that shows you value your time, your resources, and your personal space. When you say no, you're not just refusing someone else. You're asserting your boundaries and showing that you're not willing to compromise on what's important to you. This demonstrates your inner strength and confidence, because only a person who understands their values and priorities well can clearly say no without feeling guilty. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external circumstances, we can always control our reactions to them. Saying no is one way to maintain control over your life, choosing what's important to you rather than what is imposed from the outside. This allows you to live in accordance with your principles and stay true to yourself. Thus, every no you say strengthens your inner harmony and increases your self-respect. No as protection of personal boundaries. Your personal boundaries are the space where you feel comfortable and safe. This could be the time you want to spend alone, your interests, your values, or your health. When you say yes to requests that violate these boundaries, you give others the right to intrude into this space. As a result, you feel stressed, tired, and even irritated because you're being forced to do things that go against your wishes and needs. Saying no means protecting your boundaries, keeping them intact. It signals to others that you take your personal space seriously and won't allow anyone to violate it. People often test our limits, sometimes unconsciously, to see how far they can go. If you constantly agree to everything, you allow them to cross your boundaries repeatedly. The ability to say no helps establish clear rules of interaction with others, making your boundaries visible and inviolable. This allows you to preserve your energy, prevent emotional burnout, and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Once you start protecting your boundaries, you'll notice that your life becomes more harmonious and balanced. No as a time management strategy. Time is one of the most valuable resources we have. It cannot be reclaimed, bought, or borrowed. When you say yes to others' requests, you're spending your time on their needs, not your own. This can lead to not achieving your personal goals, postponing important tasks, or not completing them at all. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living consciously. This means we must choose how to spend our time with the utmost responsibility. Saying no is a way to preserve your time for what truly matters. This doesn't mean you should refuse everyone all the time. It means you should be selective about what you're willing to spend your time on. Saying no is taking control of your schedule and your life overall. It allows you to focus on what's truly important to you and ensures you can achieve your goals without unnecessary distractions. Every time you agree to something, ask yourself, will this help me achieve my goals? Or is it just taking up my time? This will help you learn to allocate your time wisely and be more effective. No as an expression of personal freedom. Freedom is the ability to choose how to live your life. When we say yes to every request, we're essentially handing over part of that freedom to others. We become dependent on their desires, and our life begins to conform to their expectations, not our own. Stoicism teaches us to be free from external circumstances and to live in harmony with our inner principles. The ability to say no is a key aspect of this freedom. When you refuse what doesn't align with your values, you retain the right to decide for yourself what is important and what is not. You stop being a puppet in someone else's hands and become the master of your own life. Saying no is a liberation from unnecessary obligations, from others' expectations, from the intrusive demands of society. It gives you the opportunity to focus on what truly matters to you and live the life you've chosen for yourself. Your freedom is your right to say no to anything that doesn't serve your interests. No as an act of compassion for yourself. We often hear about the importance of compassion for others, but do we consider compassion for ourselves? Saying no is one of the most important acts of self-support and self-preservation. It means you're willing to prioritize your own needs and refuse what might harm you or cause you stress. Compassion for yourself is understanding that you deserve rest, that your resources are not limitless, and that you have the right to refuse anything that drains your energy. By saying no, you show yourself that your own needs matter, that you value your health and well-being. This allows you to maintain inner balance and not let external factors destroy your inner harmony. The Stoics believed that taking care of yourself is not selfishness, but a necessary condition for being useful to others. If you are exhausted, you can't help others. So learning to say no is an act of love and care for yourself, enabling you to remain strong and capable of sharing that strength with others. No is a key to harmony. In conclusion, the ability to say no is not just a skill but a whole philosophy of life that helps us stay true to ourselves, protect our boundaries, manage our time effectively, and maintain inner freedom. It is an act of self-respect and compassion that allows us to live in harmony with our values and goals. By saying no to what doesn't align with our interests, we create space to say yes to what truly matters. Let every no you say be a step towards freedom and harmony, helping you build a life that aligns with your inner principles. Live consciously, live freely, live with respect for yourself.